When my wife went to bed, she never left anything lit in the room. But now a weak yellowish glimmer from an unknown source spread over the walls and ceiling. A large mirror with 3 oval sections, normally hanging on the wall between our rooms, was now across from me, along with the small soft couch. To its side hung a pencil sketch, attached to the wall with pins. The sketch showed a windmill, a forest, and rafts on the river. As far as I could recall, Olga did not have this sketch before. All other objects remained in their usual places. Most surprising to me was the fact that Olga, or the woman I mistook for Olga, the owner of this room, lay on the couch fully dressed, and apparently sound asleep. I felt very awkward when I thought this strange face might wake up and become frightened at any moment, seeing a strange, shivering, sleepy man, barefoot and dressed in pyjamas, appearing out of nowhere in the middle of the night. However, irresistible curiosity surpassed my shame, and made me come closer to the couch. The woman was unquestionably and soundly asleep. Her blouse had come undone over her chest, and her delicate pink body glowed from under her corset and lace slip. When I looked closer, I realized it was Olga, after all, so I felt braver and touched her shoulder. She moved, woke up, and, before opening her eyes, giggled with a cunning, revolting grin that pained me. Then, her eyelashes fluttering slowly, she looked me in the face with an impenetrable, sickening gaze of grass-green, deceitful, mute eyes. I shuddered from the strange, mysterious foreboding of approaching fear, incomprehensible and panicky. I took her cold, softly yielding hand and said, "Come, don't sleep. Get up. Just don't lie here." I cannot recall why exactly I said that, but I knew at the time my words were important, significant, and had a certain meaning known only to her and me. She lay motionless, smiling the same repugnant smile, and gazed through me as if trying to pull something toward her from the distant corner of the room obscured by darkness. Thousands of voices, frightened, choking with terror, shuddered within me in ringing hysterical screams, rising to my throat and shaking my entire body with the same feverish, mind-obscuring shudder I felt in my sleep. Lightning seemed to have struck in the middle of the room. It blinded me, but not before revealing to me the entire horror of what was going on around me. Only then did I notice that Olga's hair wasn't fair, but had an unpleasant metallic gold colour. She was, and was not, herself. I ran to her, picked her up in my arms, wept, held my tear-stained face against her chest, squeezed her and shook her. She turned in my arms as lightly as a doll, still grinning meanly and mockingly. Her eyes grew larger and greener. Beside myself, in a state approaching madness, I dragged her to the bed. I thought if only I could get this strangely altered woman to the pillows and run my hand over her cheek, she would instantly turn back into someone I knew and loved. But when I came to the bed, staggering under my weight, I saw on it the other, real Olga, with her sweet, kind face, sleeping calmly as if there was no mystery or fear or longing. I put the green-eyed woman on top of Olga, and suddenly realized my wife would not wake until I strangled the strange woman. I strangled her quickly, with one inhuman, muscular effort, and tossed her aside. She hit the floor, smiling with her dead, twisted, blackened mouth. "Olga!" I said, shaking with sadness and rage. "Olga!" My wife slept. I turned her head and tried opening her eyes. Her eyelids moved, and there was a moment when I thought she was waking up, but her face merely turned and once again assumed a sleeping, tortuously calm expression. Then a quiet smile touched the corners of her mouth, and Olga opened her eyes. They gazed at me with bitter, suffering obedience, as if trying to say something. Crying from inexpressible pity toward her and myself, I patted her face and repeated stupidly, "Olga, get up! I love you! Olga!" No, she was not going to wake. I was convinced of that. What if? One more effort. "Olga," I said, "I came in and you are lying there. What will happen if everyone just lies there? Wait." At that moment I woke up, really woke up, in a state approaching desperation, with a wet face and a frantic pulse.